in Baltimore, Maryland. Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. Sheds off the tackle. Defense going to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4 on that first play, and it's second down. Well, this defense for the Ravens, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
Geno now to throw. Flushed out right. Open man is the first-round pick, Brock Bowers. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Geno. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down. Throwing is Smith. Short throw caught by Bowers. Busts through the tackle, and he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That good for 22 and a first down.
Good, strong, explosive run that started inside, which means you've got to control those defensive linemen, the defensive tackles, the nose guards. Those guys have to be controlled. How about the offensive line, the job they just did?
Yeah, key that A-gap usually on those runs, right?
That's where it all starts because everyone wants to kind of control that area. It disrupts things from the defensive side and the offensive side. As we just saw, it opens up possibilities.
Here's Smith now on second down. Flush to his right. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders are on the board first on the road here in Baltimore. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. On as the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 right at the 30. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards, the final tally. ETN up the middle. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41. The Ravens 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1, and they were able to get that road victory in the opener, and now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it Week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business.
On second down, ETN once more. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. You look at this Raiders defense. They were excellent last week in the win over the Chargers.
And the big thing for them was the interceptions. And you hear teams all the time talk about establishing themselves against the pass. You know, no-fly zones and things of that nature. This group had a bunch of them in last week's game.
Hopkins, a man in motion right. 3rd and 2. Here's Jackson. That is caught. And running with power here. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Zay Flowers, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Ravens are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. The extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And this one fielded in the end zone. It won't be returned, so it'll come out to the 30. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
When coaches stress their defense being physical, they don't just mean the big guys. How about the guys on the outside, the cornerbacks? It's not just their job to patrol the airspace. They can get involved in the run game as well.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. On 4th down, Smith. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And the Ravens are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. On 1st and 10, it's ETN. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
On 2nd down, Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews and brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Jackson to Andrews on that one. 1st down, Baltimore. Hopkinson in motion left. Straight ahead, ETN. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Now it's Jackson. He'll get that underneath ETN. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal. They'll run with ETN. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal. Now flags come in. I think one of the Ravens got going a little early. Things made a little more difficult after the false start as they try again on 2nd and goal. Now Jackson taps this forward jet sweep. And that one not fooling anyone. It'll go down as a completed pass, but it will lose a big chunk of yardage. Now they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
Let's go, D. Big series right here. We got to step it up.
Now it's Jackson. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
And his kick is indeed good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Been a little bit of an interesting start. The first drive for him, Charles, they had the passing touchdown. The second drive, he threw the interception. So we'll see what this 3rd drive of the ball game brings.
Yeah, it's got a tiebreaker, isn't it? I mean, that's the tough part for them and for him because, yeah, things went really well in that first one, not so well on the second one. He wants to get back to what he did to get this game going.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Here's Smith. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. That's caught inside the 20. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
On that snap, he's the hero of his defense after the play he just made. A one-possession game, and his hit kept it exactly that.
Back to the air, Smith on 2nd down. Flushed out right. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And the Raiders are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
Well, they've certainly not shied away from throwing the footballs. They've leaned on their quarterback to start this game. 4 straight passes right out of the gate, with that last one earning them a new set of downs.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. Smith now to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Raiders. Brock Bowers with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Raiders will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Oh, this is blocked. And now the rookie's free. And all the way into the end zone, and that's 2 points. But think there was a lot of surprise from the kicking team there. After the block, they kind of froze and then realized, oh, wait, they can return this, and they returned it all the way.
And you know why they froze? Not often do you get that second sound, right? There's the kick, you hear that, and then there's that second thud when there's a block. That's when people freeze and they have to realize where the ball is. They picked it up and took it the other way.
Following the botch PAT, they're set to kick this one away. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with a little under a minute to play, they may be looking to pick up some yardage here, maybe try and come up with a field goal to seize the lead before intermission. They go play action now. Jackson escaping the pressure right. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
Give him a little extra credit there. His head was cool as the play broke down. Didn't force a throw, and in the end, got to show off his athleticism with a nice gain to bring up a new set of downs.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Flush to his right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Max Crosby blowing up the play and getting the sack. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Here's Jackson. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off. And the Raiders are going to get the football back as time will run out in this 3rd quarter of play. All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the 2nd half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the 1st half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. A handoff for Etienne. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. It's another 1st down as this time they get an even 20. Another tote for Etienne. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 57 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they get to that end zone real fast.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Travis Etienne, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Ravens have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the 2nd half. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. And that is caught for the 2 points. So they go with a pass, and it works there on the 2-point try. Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts passing versus running on 2-point conversion? Situational?
It is situational, and you have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball in a 2-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. So know your team and go to your strength.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Now Gino on first down. For Marshall, that's complete. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll make it second down.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. It's a big play there for Vegas. 52 yards.
And this is one of the toughest parts about being a defensive back. When a play breaks down like this, you're taught to plaster to a receiver. Find the nearest one and adhere yourself to it. But you can only stay with the receiver so long if the play continues to develop. He knows where he's going.
And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Brock Bowers with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Raiders are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that will tie things at 20 all. Yeah, the touchdown apparently wasn't enough. They're going to go for the onside kick here. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. The risk reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play. And here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling. And whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Forced out to his left. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
And in the second half of a tie game, every decision gets magnified. And here, if he forces this ball, it could be intercepted. So that's the prudent play, to just airmail it out of bounds.
Third quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10. Throwing is Jackson. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. It's a gain of 22 as we tick towards 2:22 on the clock. First carry now for Justice Hill. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4. Second down. They run it again with Hill. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. A field goal would get them the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on third down. They'll try and run for it. Here's Hill. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
And they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. Mitchell, touchdown, Baltimore. So they brought the extra bulk in down on the 1-yard line, and they're able to push this one across.
Yeah, I can just see your face right now because I know we're mind melding on this one. Coach Madden would love this. Power football, hat on a hat, chest to chest, driving forward, touchdown.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he's able to get it across the 20 to the 25-yard line. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Then confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Back to throw, Smith. Eluding the pressure right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
At this point in the second half, one mistake on a forced throw could doom your chances of a comeback, so that's the right call there to just throw that one away.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They snap it to Smith. And that's caught inside the 30. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Trey Tucker, 67 yards. And the Raiders are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make 2nd down pretty tough.
How about the job there on the outside? Shed the wide receiver and was able to make the tackle on the perimeter.
So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. Play action. Now Jackson. Well, that's complete to the fullback, Ricard.
Well, they've certainly spread the ball around so far, but they're definitely getting everyone involved now when you're throwing it to the fullback. Just shows how versatile this offense is and how everyone is a threat.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Now Jackson. And this is going to be intercepted. Jacorian Bennett has it, and the Raiders are going to take over at their own 41. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Now Smith. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards. Now Smith. Flushed out right. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens 17-yard line. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to run it. He will push his way down to about the 14. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Escaping the pressure right. Open man is Tucker. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. Well, this feels like a late season game, even though it's just week 2. Here's a big 3rd down. Here's Smith. Flush to his right. And he will have the 1st down before he's brought down at the 3. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the 1st.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time, and that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Raiders have broken our tie and have taken a 4th quarter lead. Now it's Smith. And he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their 4th quarter lead. On as the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And from the end zone, Deontay Hardy will bring it out. And the decision to bring it out, kind of a costly one, as he won't make it back to the 20. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Jackson. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Buried behind the line by Christian Wilkins.
And Wilkins made the move to Las Vegas following an impressive 9-sack season in Miami. The Raiders made a priority to improve their defensive front, and he is Exhibit A.
They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long. Jackson. Connecting with Andrews. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
Final minute, one timeout remaining. 1st and 10. Here's Jackson.
Caught left side, Hopkins.
Oh, and the tackle comes quickly. That's only going to get him a couple.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
Now Jackson. Pass on the crossing route is complete. This is Andrews.
And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining.
It's awfully good to see Andrews back on the field after suffering that tough leg injury a season ago. He's been a perennial Pro Bowler throughout his career, and the Ravens believe he'll get right back to that status in this season.
Jackson to throw.
That's caught. It's Flowers. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
What a game we were treated